know what's priority number one for you guys?
Just being excited to be together. That's our first priority, and just having a chance to start a new season. Coming back, having a full roster, everyone's healthy. Having a chance to have Russ, Bones, and Mace have a full training camp. Also with KJ being here, so just excited to get together, and start the process.
Jim Hill.
Morning, Coach. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Every year there are lofty expectations for your team. What's going to get you over the hump this year that you haven't done in the previous years?
I think health. I think we talk about health all the time, which is part of the NBA. It's part of all sports, and so just being healthy, having a chance to finish the season with our guys being healthy. That's the first thing that pops into my mind when we talk about championship expectations, doing things different, just the health of our two best players. And so that's what we're focusing on, having that fine line of just making sure we're taking care of our players first, but also prioritizing some different things as well. So I think just health, and then let's roll it out there and just see where it lies.
Television voice of the LA Clippers, Brian Seaman.
I see you got my email. Thank you, Jamie.
I'm waiting for the check.
Coach, oftentimes over the last several years, you see players come back from a Team USA situation and they see a big bump in their play. Some of that might be where they are in their career, but a lot of them attribute that time being with Team USA. How about a coaching standpoint? What did you learn? Is there anything specific that you took from the coaches or even the players that you can maybe apply to a season like this?
Yeah, I learned a lot, actually. Just having a chance to be in a room with Mark Few and Steve Kerr, Spoelstra, Jeff Van Gundy, Jim Boylan, it was just, Jamal Mosley as well. It's just a chance for me to learn and get better. And so any chance you have opportunity to be around great coaches and great people to get better and learn, you want to take that opportunity to do that. So I just want to thank Sean Ford, thank Grant Hill, Jim Tooley, and those guys for the opportunity. But I really learned a lot, and just kind of seeing how those guys do things, how I can be better in certain areas, and vice versa. And so it was a great experience for me. I've never been out of the country that long. I'm not the type of guy that goes out of the country for 5 weeks, but it was a great experience, and I would love to do it again. And it really taught me a lot about myself. And we talk about players coming to training camp, being in shape, but that helped me get my mind in shape to get ready for training camp. And so I'm ready to go.
We'll get the microphone here to you just a second.
Good morning, Coach. Kelly Johnson with Fox 11. This season, the league rolled out the new player participation policy. We've got 15 back-to-backs this season. Would love to hear how you interpret that new policy and maybe some strategies that you're thinking about to get around that.
Not trying to really get around it. If our players are healthy, they're going to play. And so I know there's this big thing like our guys don't like to play or whatever, but that's not true. Our guys want to play, and unfortunately they've had injuries. And so just staying healthy, but make sure we're doing the right thing by our players to make sure that we're not causing any other significant injuries by playing through certain injuries. So if our guys are healthy, they're going to play, and that's all we're really focused on.
Tamir.
Hey, Ty, good to see you.
You too.
Thank you. When you look at the depth in this roster, sacrifices is a thing that you guys have preached a lot, but it's easy to talk about sacrifice. It's harder to do when it comes to you. How do you guys make sure that everyone's on the same page entering this year? So there's nothing, surrounding the team. You're just focused on one goal.
Our one goal is, like you said, to win a championship. And we have a lot of talent on this team, and so everybody can't play. And so it's my job as a head coach is to let guys know, keep the communication. And guys are still not going to be happy if they're not playing because, a lot of guys do deserve to play. For instance, Covington last year, Wilco deserved to play a little bit more. And that's, my fault, that I didn't really give him a strong opportunity. But when you have so much talent and so much depth, it's hard to play everyone. And so our guys have to understand that. They don't have to be great with it because they're competitors, but you also have to make sure that you're doing everything as far as the team goes, being, going in the right direction. And so it's going to be a tough situation, but it's part of the game.
Miriam.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Question about Russ. You guys advocated for him so much last year to bring him on. What does he bring that's the most important? Like, is it the leadership? Were you guys missing that sort of brand of vocal Russ?
I mean, yeah, I don't say we're missing leadership. I just think everyone leads differently. You know, Kawhi and PG are more silent leaders, and Russ is more, outgoing. And so you mix those three guys together, you have great leadership. And so just bringing him aboard, just seeing how he approached every single day, practice, shooting rounds, games, his approach every day really helped us out.
Law's got next.
What's up, team? Law Murray at The Athletic. You have a lot of guys who've been here, who ended the season last year here. What's the advantage of having so many familiar faces, and what are you expecting from the few new guys like KJ and the rookies going into this game?
Yeah, well, our guys have put a lot of work in, this summer. Our player development staff was led by Sean Fine and, Dante, Cookie, Bo, West. Those guys have done a great job of just getting those young guys in the gym a lot this summer, just making sure they were up to speed. And so for us, it's good because now we can really hit the ground running. The biggest thing for us has been health over the last couple of years. But with everybody being healthy, we still have the same defensive schemes. Offensively, we can continue to add, but having Russ, Mace, KJ, Bones, in a full season, full training camp, I think it's going to help us out tremendously. So I'm just excited just to get started, get going. But having the same guys for an extended period of time really helps you out in the long haul.
How's it going, Coach?
Good.
Other than health, are there any other points of emphasis this offseason that you guys want to improve on the court?
No, just, our sense of urgency, I think, to start camp day one, using every practice, every shoot around to get better and better. And so just hit the ground running. That's our biggest thing. And just having the urgency to know that game one starts, we want to be ready. We want to be ready to play right away. It's hard for me to focus with Big in the background, though. Just thinking about that.
Thanks for putting up with it, though, Coach. We appreciate it. Adam Moslin, AM 570 LA Sports. Coach, I'm wondering specifically about KJ Martin, how you plan on using him this season. Do you see him more as a 3 or as a 4, where he played a lot of that position a couple of years ago? Just what have you seen? How can he help this team?
I see him more as a basketball player. 3, 4, 5, where we can use him. I know in Houston he played a little small ball 5, and so just his athleticism, being able to switch, be able to guard different positions, be able to roll to the basket, run the floor. He's a really good passer, can push the ball in transition and make plays. So we just want to get him on the floor just being a basketball player.
Andrew Greif.
Morning, Ty. Your team's always going to be surrounded by a lot of trade speculation with the kind of championship aspirations you guys have. How do you, as a coach, as an administrator, a manager of these players, make sure that you guys are sort of focused on the stuff you're trying to get done in training camp instead of what could happen or what may happen?
Yeah, just, I love our team. The way it's constructed now, we have a lot of pieces, a lot of versatility. And so our main focus going into campus, this is who we have, and so we want to focus on that. And, give it our best shot. And that's what we focus on. So not really focus on trades and outside noise. We got to focus on the guys who are here in this locker room.
Joey?
Hey, Ty, good to see you. With Kawhi having the ability to slide up and play the 4, and also PG having the ability to slide up and play the 3, do you see a pathway this season to possibly starting Terrence alongside Russ, PG, Kawhi, and Zoo?
You're pretty smart. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Like I said, with our versatility, anything's possible. And so we'll just kind of see what makes most sense and how guys kind of, come together and plan and what makes the most sense for our team. And so that could be a possibility for sure.
Justin, we'll just wait for the mic to get to you. There you go.
Hey, Ty, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Doing all right. With Zoo, we've seen marked improvements with him over the years under you. What are you looking out of him a little bit more this season?
I think to post him a little bit more. I think when he has guys on his back, we should be able to throw the ball into the post and let him go to work. His post-up numbers are really good. And like I say, he's improved a lot over the last few years. And so just trusting him to make the right play when he gets the ball on the block, which he's done. He's a good free throw shooter. And then the next step for us is just defensively with him, just being up more in the pick and rolls and stuff like that. Challenge him to be up more in the pick and rolls. But, Zoo's great. Whatever you ask him to do, he does. And so just continue to keep developing him and let him get better.
Hey, has KJ's dad been in your ear at all yet?
No, that's my guy. Kmar's been my guy. I mean, he's been my guy for a long time. Even when he came out in the draft, he stayed with me for a couple months, when he first came out in the draft, him and DeMar Johnson. So I've always been a really good friend of mine, so I don't really take all that stuff from Kenyon. But, he's passionate about the game. He's passionate when he played, and so he hasn't really talked, he hasn't really said anything.
Law?
See, the kind of year last year was challenging on a number of levels, and so when you have this camp and this just renewed energy, if you will, coming into this season, like where are you at with that? Like how do you feel like you are refreshed more than you were perhaps when the season ended?
Yeah, I feel good. I think, just talking about the USA basketball, I think that really got me going, got me motivated to start the season. When you in the season I know we had injuries and everything, but when you're in the season, you don't accomplish your goal of, winning the championship, making it to the NBA Finals. You have a lot of time to sit back and reflect on things you could have done different, things we could have done better. And so I think USA basketball just kind of gave me a jolt to get up and get going and get my mind activated and get ready for camp. And so now in the position I'm in right now, I'm ready to go. And so, a lot of times, as coaches, when you come into camp, it takes a little time for you to get going as well, just of everything you want to do and how you want to do it and how you want to impact our team and impact our players. And so having that 5-6 weeks with USA basketball has really got my mind going and it's got my mind in shape to be ready to start camp.
Tamir, last question.
Given some of the contract situation on this team, the coach, players, whatever, can you approach this season as a championship or bust season? Do you approach it that way? How do you mentally approach this season?
No, I don't approach it like that. I approach it as just doing everything the right way and putting yourself in position to be successful. And if you do things the right way every single day, you can live with the results. And you can do everything right and not win. That don't mean it's a bust. But just doing everything right. I think from the coaches, from the player standpoint, from the organization standpoint, of just doing everything the right way and then live with the results. And so that's our main focus. If we do everything right and if we still don't win a championship, then we can live with those results. And so our main focus is to win. That's what we're here for. And we wouldn't be, sitting in this situation, but we want to win a championship. And so our main focus is that. But I wouldn't say it's a bust if we do everything the right way.
Coach Lue, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. You are.